going on, guys? Dale Valor here from Modern Valor Dating. Listen, I always read the comments for a bunch of different reasons. I want to chop it up with you guys. I want to see what you guys think. But one of the main reasons is you guys always give great suggestions for video topics. And so, because look, this is for you. This is what you want to see, what you want to know about. So I think it wise to give you what you want, all right? So here's the deal. Somebody had put a comment about how to hold your frame in a relationship. And I thought that was a fantastic topic idea. We talk on this channel about dating a lot. We talk about lifestyle and raising your value, lifestyle design, and all kinds of different topics. But we also talk about relationships too, and so I thought that this would be a good idea to jump in here and do one on how to hold your frame in a relationship. And so I got some thoughts on it, and we're going to get into it right now. Let's go. Number one, establish boundaries. Man, it is so important for you to lay out what your boundaries are. Many guys, what they do is they neuter themselves and they refuse to stand up for the things that they want, the things that are important to them, just to get in good with the girl. And you got a relationship going on, and if you've never established boundaries, how do you expect her to respect what's important to you if you never say it? Happy wife, happy life, that kind of thing. If you establish the boundaries of, say, Thursday nights, you go bowling with your homies, and that's important to you. She has to know not to make plans on a Thursday night that you have to be at. Now, if she just goes ahead and does it anyway, all that shows is that she doesn't respect you, and you haven't been establishing any boundaries, all right? And if you haven't been enforcing them. You're the one that has to speak up. You cannot assume that she's just going to know. She's not a mind reader. If you don't verbalize what's important to you, you cannot expect her to know, and you can't expect to hold her to it. That's like me and you, we're gonna make a contract about something. Say you have a service. I need someone to paint my house. And I'm like, hey man, why don't you come through and paint this house? And you're like, fantastic. I never tell you what color it is that I want you to paint my house. And you're just kind of like, well, whatever the cheapest paint is, I'll just use that. And you go and you paint my house pink. I'm like, dude, why did you paint my house pink? And you're like, you never told me what color to paint. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. You probably should have asked that anyway, much the same as in your relationship context. I can't just expect you to know what I want unless I verbalize it. Then you can follow through with it. But I can't rightfully hold you to something that we never agreed on, right? So that's the deal. All right, we're gonna hop into number two. Let's go. Number two, enforce your boundaries. Okay, you said what your boundaries are, but if you're nothing more than a paper tiger, if you're nothing more than an empty threat, it's cool. It's good that you verbalize your boundaries, but if you never follow through on enforcing them, it's never gonna work, man. She's not gonna respect it. Think of yourself as a king of a castle. Now, this castle has a wall around it. What is that wall for? Well, it's to keep the bad people out and the good people in. You don't want an invading army coming and pillaging your kingdom. You're the king. Your life is that kingdom. And there's boundaries, just like with that castle. The edge of that kingdom ends where that wall is. A girl comes along, she knocks at the door, the gate, whatever, of the castle, and she's attractive and you want to get to know her. So you lower the drawbridge, she comes in, and great, everything's cool. She needs to know what the rules of the land are, what the laws of the land are. And that's your call. You're the king. You can be a good king or you can be a tyrant, But the deal is, here's the laws. Either easy to live by or they're difficult to live by, depending on who you are. If she breaks the laws of the land, you need to see her out. Now, a mistake is a mistake, man. We're all human. We all make errors, and that's, this is what it is. But if she's committing these crimes maliciously, she has to go. If she understands the boundaries are also there to protect her as well as you, she's a lot less likely to break those rules because she has the king's blanket protection, right? Because if you put her out, anything could happen. She could be robbed, killed, animals could get her. But inside these walls, inside these boundaries, she's safe. And that's what she needs to know, okay? All right, we're going to get into the next one. Let's get it. Number 3, stay on your purpose. This is how this relates to frame. In large part, the reason that the girl that you're with was attracted to you is because of the purpose you're on, your drive, your ambition, your passion, your willingness to set goals and accomplish them, right? Those are all highly attractive qualities, man. And in large part, that's why she's attracted to you. But what many guys do is once they get into a relationship, that purpose kind of goes out the window. You have this really important business meeting on Friday, and she's like, oh, I was really hoping that we could go on a picnic. And you're like, okay, sounds good. You know, you're just willing to trade in your purpose for her momentary happiness, okay? So think of it like this. She'll be happy on the onset, but inevitably what's going to start happening is she knows what she's gonna have to say, do, make that pouty face, whatever it is that she does to be able to manipulate you into spending more time with her or doing her bidding or whatever, where your purpose starts lessening and lessening and lessening, and now she starts losing more and more respect for you. See, I always say this, man, trust plus respect equal attraction. And so you have to maintain that level of respect. And so that's what your purpose is all about. See, you're put on this earth for a purpose, for a reason, okay? For you to accomplish that purpose. Now, your purpose is not to make her happy. That's not your purpose, all right? That's just a side thing, okay? Your purpose should always trump whatever it is that's the side stuff, okay? Now, I mean, look, it gets to a point to where it's like, okay, you know, you're working 120 hours a week at your purpose and you have zero time for, I could see where that might be a little bit disconcerting to, you know, to her. But, you know, the thing is that ultimately, at the end of the day, your purpose should supersede anything else going on. Stay on your purpose. As a matter of fact, in the comments, I would like to hear from you what your purpose is. And if you don't know, that's okay. Just say you don't know what it is. All right? Because I would like to see it, man. I'd like to hear what you guys are trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and things like that, because I think that's really dope. All right, we're going to hop into number 4. Let's get it. Hey, guys, wanted to take this quick time out just to remind you, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so. You are doing yourself a favor by making sure that you see all the content that we drop 3 times a week. Because look, if a situation arises, man, where you didn't have certain information, it's going to cost you. And why put yourself through that, right? So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you drop a comment, man. We always read the comments. We always respond to them. If you have a video idea, whatever the case might be, we want to hear from you, all right? Make sure that you share it with somebody that you know needs to see this content, because I know that you know guys who need to see what we're doing here. So check this out too, guys. We just dropped a brand new virtual program called the Modern Valor Dating Crash Course. And what we're doing there is giving you almost everything you need, man, for free. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to transformyourdatinglife.com. There's over 30 videos there, a boot camp that we shot, you know, just giving you all the information so as that you can focus on inner game, outer game, calibration, approach anxiety, opening, building comfort and rapport, closing the deal, man. Also, the last Saturday in June, we're going to be doing our live Zoom event like we do the last Saturday of every month. We're going to have it linked up here. All you have to do is go register and show up. It's 100% free. We're going to be talking about shaking off the rust. See, here's the deal. We're coming out of COVID. Things are opening up. The world's starting to kind of transform back into what it used to be. Even if your area, wherever you live in the world, isn't opened up yet, it will be before too long. So why not Get back on the horse, man. Get back in the game. You know, instead of sitting on the sidelines, we're going to show you how to reinvent yourself, how to transform your situation, how to get back out there and get out there and crush it. Number 4, be willing to say no. Now, this is kind of an extension of the last point, but think of it like this, okay? I tell people, you know, you should be a yes person to things in your life. If something comes along that makes sense, that jives with your purpose and all that, say yes to things. Don't just be so singularly focused that you miss out on ways and opportunities that can help you down that path. You need to learn to say no to things that aren't a part of your path, things that aren't a part of your purpose. Because if you don't, the time is gonna come when you're gonna keep saying yes, 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 yes to whatever she wants in this relationship. It might not even be her intention to take you away from your purpose. You're so worried that she's gonna be upset, she's going to be unhappy, that you always say yes. You're setting yourself up for disaster because she knows what she has to do to get what she wants. And the deal is, if your frame is not stronger than hers, she's going to lose attraction for you. Okay? It's just as simple as that. Think of a house. If you strip away all the drywall and plaster and whatever else, what's left? You got the studs. All right, all the 2x4s, you know, the skeleton of the house. Big storm comes along. If that house can weather that storm, it has a strong frame. If it can't, it has a weak frame. Think of her as that chaotic storm that comes along. If you can't weather that, she's going to lose respect for you sooner rather than later. All right, we're going to get to number 5. Let's go. Number 5, set an early precedent, okay? So all these things should be established earlier on. Now you may say to me, Dale, I hear you. All that's well and good, but I'm in a 5-year long-term relationship and I've been getting run roughshod for the last 4.5 years. Okay, man, I hear you. All right, so if that is the case, start incrementally changing things. All right, now, what a lot of guys do is, and I think this is a big mistake, think of a pendulum, and they're all the way over here, and this is weak frameville, all right? Once that pendulum gets dropped, it goes all the way to the other direction to like complete assholeville. Deal is, man, that's not what you want to do. You want to be more directed in the middle, okay? Because if you're not, she's going to feel that. And it's just going to cause for a lot of stress and a lot of tension, a lot of arguments, a lot of headbutting, and nobody wants that. So just start incrementally changing things. If you don't like the way that she's talking to you, you know, you don't be like, you don't talk to me like that. You need to change your tone right now. If you haven't been like that in the last 5 years, okay? Because she's going to recognize you're not being authentic. You're not being you. But what you can do is you can say, listen, sometimes you take a tone with. I got to tell you, I don't appreciate it. And so from now on, I would appreciate it if you would check your tone. Because I feel like you talk to me disrespectful. Simple enough, right? And even that may cause a little bit of a tiff, but that tiff is worth it in the long run, okay? So just start incrementally changing things going on. You're talking to your girl, Wednesday night, you're gonna go to the ball game with your friends. And she's like, no, you're not. We're gonna sit and read a book or something, you know? Then you could say like, listen, we can read a book tonight, but we're not reading one on Wednesday. I already made plans with these guys. It's something that I wanna do and I'm going to go. See, you're being firm, you're being polite but firm. Okay, so I think that that's probably the right approach. You know, so many guys, like I said, take it to the extreme to where it's like, okay, say like on a Sunday afternoon and it's in the summer, it's mad hot outside and you want to get ice cream, but you didn't say it yet. And your girl comes along and is like, hey, it's really hot out and you know what would be good is if we got some ice cream. And you're like, no, I'm the one that calls the shots. I wear the pants. I'll decide when we have ice cream, even though it's a good idea and it's something you wanted to do anyway. That's taking it quite a bit too far, you know? Keep that in mind. So listen, guys, we talked a lot in this video about boundaries. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna link up a video where we go really, really, really deep on what boundaries are about, how to enforce your boundaries, how to know what your boundaries are. And so what I want you to do is go check out that video because that goes hand in hand with what we're talking about today. All right, so we're gonna link it up and I will see you there.